It's always fun getting to dress our heroes in alternate costumes, but some of them really make you work for it. Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're looking at the hardest costumes to unlock in superhero games.
I hate to tell you this, guys, but I see a lot of driver's ed in your future.
But before we dive in, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Classic costume: Captain America Super Soldier. Back when the MCU received tie-in games, most of them weren't that great. The one decent one was Captain America Super Soldier, which gave you a couple of costumes to unlock. Doing so required earning intel points. For the classic costume, you had to earn 25,000. You gained these by playing through the story or on challenge stages, but because the way this game was designed, unlockable costumes didn't carry over for a second playthrough. Only if you knew about the costume and did the necessary grinding for points could you actually have time to enjoy it before the story was finished. Even still, 25,000 is a big number, and you could beat the game without ever reaching it. Symbiote Suit: Ultimate Spider-Man.
There's something you don't see every day. Almost every day. But not every day.
Many Spider-Man games will include an unlockable black suit, paying homage to the classic symbiote storyline from the comics. In Ultimate Spider-Man, the developers made unlocking it a pretty significant challenge. The easy part was having to beat the game at least once, but you also had to have collected all 190 tokens hidden around the world, completed 36 combat challenges and 100 city events, as well as earned at least bronze in all 60 races. Understandably, that's a lot of work. By the time you actually got to wear it, there wouldn't really be anything left in the game you hadn't already done. But we can't deny how great the costume looks.
I finally won something! I'm not used to this feeling.
The Dark Knight: Batman Arkham Origins. A lot of skins in the Arkham series were locked behind tough challenges, or simply available for purchase. A special shout out in Origins goes to the Injustice costume, unlocked by completing every single type of challenge map with 3 medals, or just by buying a digital graphic novel available through iOS. One skin that couldn't be bought, though, is the Dark Knight costume. For this, you had to complete all Dark Knight system challenges. Spread across 4 categories, these were all tied to using Batman's various abilities and mechanics across the game. Some of them were obviously a lot tougher to pull off than others, and some had to be done in a specific order. You can accidentally mess up your progress, making the Dark Knight skin impossible to get unless you start another playthrough. Superior Spider-Man Suit: The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
At least the river can't get any more polluted.
In this tie-in, you can access 12 combat challenges. Naturally, beating all of them will get a new costume, the Superior Spider-Man Suit, a nod to a comic storyline in which Otto Octavius took over Peter Parker's body. Some of these combat challenges aren't too bad, like just defeating all enemies. Others definitely are, though, like defeating the waves of foes without being hit 5 times, defeating the waves without healing, or defeating enemies when there's a bunch of bombs around waiting to blow you to smithereens. The Superior Suit is one of the cooler costumes in the game. You'll just need the necessary patience and skill to earn it.
This is a scrawny kid, ain't you?
Not time, pal.
New Black Suit: The Amazing Spider-Man. Sticking with the Amazing duology, the first game is another entry that featured a slick black suit that was pretty tough to unlock. To get it, you had to earn 100%. The game isn't too difficult on its own, but putting forth the effort of completing every single thing it has to offer is obviously its greatest challenge. There are a lot of optional tasks to track down: infected civilians, Oscorp secret labs, smaller crimes like car chases, races, photo missions, and a whole lot more. It's pretty good as far as movie tie-ins go. Still, you've got to really enjoy your time with it and be willing to put in a lot of work to get this costume. Elseworld's finest. Injustice, Gods Among Us.
Catch me if you can.
The majority of alternate costumes in Injustice Gods Among Us could be earned by purchasing DLC, or by completing content in the mobile game. One that couldn't was the Elseworld's finest skin for the Flash, and it was a pain in the ass to unlock. The game features S.T.A.R Labs missions, various challenges for each character with different mechanics. There are 240 of them in total in the base game. Not only did you have to beat all of them, but you had to get 3 stars in all of them, done by completing certain criteria. That is a huge ask, especially since you essentially had to master the entire roster to conquer all of their missions. King in Black Suit, Marvel's Spider-Man 2. You unlock most of the alternate costumes in Marvel's Spider-Man 2 by reaching certain levels and spending the necessary resources required of them. A handful are gained by completing all of a certain type of challenge. And by far the hardest of these challenge types are the symbiote nests. They won't start appearing on your map until extremely late in the game. More importantly, the symbiote-infested enemies you'll find at each of these nests are the most vicious and durable the game has to offer. They hit hard, move fast, and fight in groups that are easy to be overwhelmed by. You have to go through 10 of these grueling experiences to unlock the King in Black Suit for Miles. Doom 2099. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. Added through DLC, Ultimate Alliance 3's Gauntlet mode confronts you with various combat encounters, allowing you to unlock alternate costumes with different characters as you go. It scales in difficulty, with new challenges unlocking as you progress. And to get Dr. Doom's 2099 skin, you have to beat the hardest one at level 270, fittingly called the Ultimate Gauntlet. As you probably expect, this takes a lot of time to clear and has the toughest fights you can find in the entire game. There are a ton of teams to take on, with every member fighting as if their life depends on it. It takes a huge amount of time to finally get the skin, and a score of at least 2 million points to get a recolor. The Undies, Marvel's Spider-Man.
Just making a Spider-Man. Just a goof. I was.
Aw, you guys are like little kingpins in training. So cute.
By far, the silliest unlockable skin on our list that in no way detracts from how hard it is to unlock. Players can gain the Undies costume in Marvel's Spider-Man by earning the coveted 100%. This was bigger than any Spider-Man game that came before it, which means there's a lot more content to get through. On top of all the story and side missions, there are various combat challenges to get through, whether they're presented by Taskmaster or they're hideouts for goons of Wilson Fisk or Mr. Negative. Then there are all the other things like Peter's backpacks, Harry's research stations, or all those goddamn pigeons. Only by doing all of that, and much more, could you have Peter perform a little public indecency.
The siege of Manhattan Fortress is over, milady.
Thanks. I'll send some buses to take those guys back to their cells.
Batsuit V8.05. Batman Arkham Knight. This suit takes more effort than any other on our list, and it is certainly not worth it. It looks nearly identical to Bruce's other regular non-DLC Batsuits, with the biggest exception being the golden bat symbol on his chest. To get it, you have to reach 240% completion, which sounds impossible. First, you have to get 100% completion on a normal playthrough, all story missions, all side quests, even the obnoxious Riddler challenges. Then, you have to do it all again on a New Game Plus playthrough. Finally, make sure you get 100% on the Season of Infamy DLC too. But at that point, you'll probably be sick of the game and wouldn't want to keep playing even if the suit wasn't completely underwhelming. What superhero costume took you the most time to unlock? Share your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you next time.